Oh, Canada, you just pulled off the political equivalent of a surprise album drop. Mark Carney is in, Trump is mad, and half the nation is still trying to figure out what happened to Pierre. Welcome to The Political Punchline. Let's unpack the polite chaos, shall we?
Begin in Canada, where the Liberal Party has clinched a fourth consecutive term led by political newcomer and former central banker Mark Carney.
Ah, yes, Mark Carney, the economist turned prime minister. Canada really said, we tried drama, now let's try decimal points. Fourth term for the Liberals? That's not a comeback. That's a plot twist only maple syrup and sheer panic could explain.
Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre conceded defeat, promising to work with the new government in defending Canada's sovereignty against external threats.
We know that change is needed, but change is hard to come by. It takes time. It takes work. And that's why we have to learn the lessons of tonight so that we can have an even better result the next time the Canadians decide the future for the country.
Poilievre gave the most Canadian concession speech ever. Humble, hopeful, and filled with the word sorry in spirit. Bro got friend-zoned by an entire nation and still said, we'll do better next time. Respect.
Addressing supporters in Ottawa, Canada's incumbent Prime Minister Carney celebrated the victory, calling it a new beginning for Canada, but warned of challenges days ahead.
You know, I chose to enter politics because I felt we needed big changes in this country. But big changes guided by strong Canadian values. As I stand before you this evening, humility in recognizing that, well, many have chosen to place your trust in me, trust in the Liberal Party. Millions of our fellow citizens preferred a different outcome.
Carney's speech was less victory lap, more therapist session. Thanks for trusting me, but some of you really didn't. He won, but that insecurity, chef's kiss.
However, one of the biggest factors shaping this election was the hostile stance taken by President Donald Trump. His unceasing threats to annex Canada as the 51st state, coupled with economic coercion through tariffs, triggered widespread anger among Canadians.
So Trump basically scared Canada into voting Liberal by threatening to make them the 51st state. That's not foreign policy, that's political horrorcore. Canadians heard annexation and collectively sprinted to the polls like it was a Black Friday sale.
Our old relationship with the United States, a relationship based on steadily increasing integration, is over. The system of open global trade, anchored by the United States, a system that Canada has relied on since the Second World War, a system that, while not perfect, has helped deliver prosperity for a country for decades, is over.
Translation: America fumbled the bag and Canada's done lending us ketchup chips. The breakup is official, and it's not them, it's totally us.
Dealing with the Trump administration, Carney also signaled a fresh approach to Canada's strained ties with India. And without exactly directly addressing the killing of Khalistani terrorist Hardeep Singh Nijjar, Prime Minister Carney did suggest there is a path forward to repair relations based on mutual respect.
So now it's diplomacy through passive-aggressive subtweets. Canada versus India was spicy enough to cancel Diwali in Ottawa last year. Carney's trying to light a candle instead of a firework this time.
Relations between Ottawa and New Delhi hit a low point after Trudeau's government accused India of involvement in Nijjar's murder back in June of 2023. The allegation sparked a major diplomatic crisis, with India strongly rejecting the charges and calling them absurd and motivated. So as Prime Minister Carney steps into his new role with a country eager for steady leadership, Canadians and the world are watching closely. Because with threats looming from old friends and bridges waiting to be rebuilt, the real test of Mark Carney's leadership is only just beginning.
New PM, old problems, and a neighbor named Trump who's somehow still the main character. Buckle up, Canada. Season 4 of your Liberal saga just got renewed. Viewer discretion is advised.